On one side, we have Milind Deora of the Congress, Madhukar Jaitley of the Samajwadi Party, Syed Tariq Bukhari, Secretary of the Muslim Majlis-e-Amal, Maulana Maqsood Ul Hasan Kazmi, Chairman of the Imam Council of India. They believe what happened today is reprehensible. Now, Anand Rao Adsul is a member of Parliament of the Lok Sabha of the Shiv Sena. He joins us tonight. We have many questions for him. GVL Narasimha Rao of the BJP, I think he is going to say sorry on behalf of the Shiv Sena tonight. We are looking forward to that apology. And Dr. Tasleem Ahmad Rahmani says, why is the media making a big deal of this and the opposition is playing the communal card because this is an election year? I don't understand that argument. My first question is to Anandra Adsul, Member of Parliament of the Lok Sabha of the Shiv Sena. Aapko meri awaaz aa rahi hai? Mr. Adsul, can you hear me?
Yeah, bilkul.
Mr. Adsul, what kind of Hindutva-wadi behavior is this that you insult a person from the Muslim community during the month of Ramzan when the person is fasting? Your fellow MP, what's his name, Vichare, he tries to put a roti into his mouth. After he says that I am fasting, he still does it twice. What was your fellow MP trying to do in your view? What exactly was he trying to do?
Sorry, you are quoting only one incident. But the story behind it, unless you know it, you can't conclude it and you can't blame us. Definitely, yes, we are Hindutwadi, but
no,
we are not.
Mr. Adsul, look at the sequence of events. 1 minute. A member of parliament is seen like behaving like a gunda, trying to force feed this man. The man says, I am fasting. A roti in 1 minute. A roti is shoved into his face. 1 minute. The roti is shoved into his face.
Listen to me.
Roti is shoved into his face after he says I am fasting. No, why was the man insulted like that?
I see it. Not only I see it. I was there in the spot whenever these incidents had taken place. But why, where, and how? We have to go into the detail.
No, so that is worse because you were a mute spectator. ये सब वहाँ पे हो रहा था, आप सिर्फ देख रहे थे. Why did you not speak? Why did you not tell Mr. Vichare that, look here, Mr. Vichare, I think what you are doing is extremely insulting behavior. A man is telling you I am fasting and you are pushing a roti into his mouth. You please tell me why your member of parliament did that and whether you will apologize for that tonight. You
will talking and talking. How can I talk?
No.
How can I say?
He said, when you were required to talk, you didn't talk. He said, I am fasting. Why was a roti put into his mouth after he says that? And I'll play the footage. He says, I am fasting, and after that, the roti was put into his mouth twice. I am asking you why he did that.
Listen to me. Otherwise, I have no interest to.
It doesn't matter whether you have interest, Mr. Adsul. First of all, I saw you very aggressive with my reporter today. You should also apologize for the way you behaved with my reporter today.
Allowing me to talk.
No, Mr. Adsul, it is time you listen. Because I have listened to enough rubbish. Mr. Adsul, it is time you listen. You people behave so badly. You think you are God's gift, you know. You think that you can get away with anything and you can't. I am telling you, you can't. You are a member of parliament. No, you are not a bunch of gundas.
You are not allowing me to talk.
Mister, I am asking you not once but twice. The man is shoving food into his mouth.
If you have called me, at least allow me to talk. Allow me to talk.
Did he do that or not?
Then forget.
Did he do that or not?
To talk.
Did he do that or not, Mr. Adsul?
I am not interested. Forget it.
Did he do that or not, Mr. Adsul? You tell me, did he do that or not?
First of all, listen. You see, what I am talking, you first try to listen it. First try to listen it.
Don't lecture me, Mr. Adsul. Did your member of parliament shove food into his mouth or not? Don't lecture me. I don't like to be lectured. Answer my question. Don't behave like a VVIP on the program.
I don't want also your lecture. I don't want your lecture.
I want to know from you why your member of parliament behaved like that.
If If you are not trying to listen me, then I will also not listen.
The problem with you, people like you, Mr. Rajsul, the problem with people like you is that, you know, you have become so pompous. You think so much of yourself. You don't believe you are answerable to any law. You can go and insult anyone you want. And you can behave like that and behave. Mr. Rajsul, please learn to behave. You're on national television. Don't show me that attitude. Don't show me that attitude. No, don't show. Answer the question. People are watching you tonight. Don't show that attitude to me. Who do you think you are? Answer the question. Answer the question, Mr. Rajsul.
You also try to listen me. You try to listen me.
You know the gravity of what has happened today?
I am trying to talk what is happened and how it is happened, why it is happened. If you are prepared to listen, I will talk. Are you prepared?
Nothing justifies it, but you can give your sorry explanation. Please speak. I am listening.
I am giving the explanation that Vichare was not knowing the boy who is Muslim or otherwise anybody else. We all had gone there because of some problems were there in Maharashtra Sadan.
Rubbish.
Out of that problem, one important problem was
100% rubbish.
Canteen service was not properly done. The chapati which is shown here, which was not eatable. That is why he asked that boy, that canteen person had gone away. That is why he asked that person, can you eat it? Show me. Can you eat it? It means deliberately has not done.
So what did he say? He said, I am fasting.
That person belongs to the Muslim community.
No, 1 second. First
that is why it was happened unknowingly.
He would have.
No. I think we have. Now, Mr. 1 second, Mr. Rajsul.
If he is hurt.
Mr. Rajsul, will you? Now I have heard you. No, Mr. Rajsul. Mr. Rajsul.
If he is hurt.
No, 1 second.
Because unknowingly it has happened.
Mr. Rajsul.
He has not done.
Mr. Rajsul.
He knowingly that he is Muslim.
Now, Mr. Rajsul. Mr. Rajsul, I have listened to you.
He is the canteen boy.
No.
The person who is running the canteen was not there. He was gone away.
Okay.
That is why the canteen boy was in front of him. He asked him.
So Anandra Rajsul ji.
You show me.
Mr. Rajsul. Mr. Rajsul, can you hear me? 1 second. Mr. Rajsul, 1 minute. I have heard you now. You said you listened to me. I heard you. I have 2 counter questions and I'm opening up the debate. Just 2 questions and you listen to my counter questions now. My first question is Vichare blind? Is he blind that he does not see the nameplate with his name Arshad? 1. Secondly, Mr. Rajsul, such a ridiculous explanation. Second, is he also deaf? Is he deaf? That the man is saying, I am fasting. So and he pushes the roti into his mouth after that. You come on national television and you say, give some ridiculous explanation. I'm now going to play that clip and you will see in this clip. I'm going to play it right now for my audience. I'm going to play it right now for the audience. You're going to see it now. Watch here. The man says, I'm fasting. After that, twice he puts the roti into his mouth. This is what happened. That's the point. You saw that piece. You saw that that tape, it puts things very clearly. I think we are getting some counter arguments here. Syed Tariq Bukhari, I think, wanted to speak up. My questions are, the member of parliament was neither deaf nor blind. He was deliberately insulting this man's religion when he was doing it. He knew he was doing it, but he thought he'll get away. Mr. Bukhari, do you accept the Shiv Sena MP's explanation?
First of all, I must congratulate Mr. Arnav and Times Now for taking up this issue. Leave it whether that person was a Hindu or a Muslim. The way Shiv Sena, that member of parliament, behaved with that person, ask the representative of the party that the behavior was true or not. Secondly, he must have put the roti on the table and he would have asked him. Lost the audio.
No, I can hear you, Mr. Bukhari. Go ahead.
Audio lost ho gayi.
Mr. Bukhari, I can hear you. Okay, I think we've lost the link there with Mr. Bukhari. I'm going to come back to him. I'm going across to Madhukar Jaitley. Mr. Jaitley. Do you explain?
You see, Arnav.
Yeah.
First of all, Samajwadi Party condemns this act of behavior which was done by the Shiv Sena member of parliament to that staff of a central government public sector undertaking. Number one, you see, the point which I'm trying to make is this clearly proves that the Shiv Sena members of parliament do not deserve to be members of parliament, because the fact which they have tried to show here, these people were demanding from the Maharashtra Sadan. The problems were not with the food and the catering services alone. They were actually doing this for accommodation, and these people did not approach the IRCTC before. The problem is that the Maharashtra Sadan was not responsible for providing these catering services. The catering services were provided by the IRCTC. The Maharashtra government did not invite these members of parliament to stay there in the Maharashtra Sadan. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha sent these members of the parliament to the Maharashtra Sadan to stay there as long as they don't get their accommodation from the pool of the parliament, because they are first-time MPs and their houses are under repair or renovation. They are living there temporarily. Members of the parliament of the Shiv Sena, the BJP, the Congress, the NCP and the RPI are staying over there. Now there are four members of parliament from UP which are staying there. And these people were talking to those management officers of the Maharashtra Sadan to provide them the same category of rooms which were provided to the Z category people who were enjoying Z category security status in the Maharashtra Sadan. Like the former police commissioner of Mumbai, who is a member of parliament from UP, he is also staying there. So the fact that these people have actually gone beyond a limit and have insulted they have insulted the institution of parliament. They do not deserve to be a members of parliament. Those people, they have ridden on they are allies of the BJP, and they have not come to power. They have not been elected on their single strength alone. They are together elected. The BJP is in power. Did they approach the railway minister regarding this? Did they approach the IRCTC regarding this? They did not approach the IRCTC nor the railway minister.
Well,
So
you know,
therefore,
the
my
Shiv Sena,
question to
no,
them
one,
is-
Mr. Jaitley, the Shiv Sena has the habit of taking matters into its own hands. And unfortunately, it is parties like the BJP who let them get away with it. I want to ask you, Mr. Narasimha Rao, why were BJP leaders running around today like ostriches trying to bury their heads in the sand when they were being asked the questions about what happened? What really is holding you back?
No, where is the need for the government to comment on every issue, everything that media picks up? Just because the media fakes national outrage.
This party called the Shiv Sena, are they your allies or not?
It is not the everything
They are
which
very
is
much
media
our
is
allies,
picking up.
but just
Mr. Arnav,
because
tell him
there
this
is-
is not the anything
because-
which is media is picking up. This is a
No,
clear,
I
clear
think you can
breach
come
of.
in when I finish.
This is the clear.
Please
No,
speak
no,
when I finish.
Mr. Narasimha-
I find
Mr.
This is a
Rao,
clear
let me
breach
finish.
of
Let me
religious
finish.
freedom.
No, I will speak first. I will speak
This
first.
is ridiculous
I
on
think
part of
why
a
should-
member of
Why
parliament.
should everyone in the government
people should not be in the parliament.
Comment on an incident that happens in Maharashtra Sadan?
Before this
I
incident,
think this is an
Giriraj.
incident.
Togadia.
No, so Mr. Narasimha
Come
Rao,
on,
this is
don't divert the issue.
Mr. Narasimha Rao, you are presently. I'd like to warn you, Mr. Rao. Mr. Rao, I'd like to warn you
media
before
is
you lecture the
overreacting.
You
media.
are not diverting issue. You are hurting a sentiment of a community particularly.
Mr.
No, I'm
The
not talking
moment
about
that
you diverting.
parliament came to know that the person is a Muslim, he forced himself again
Come on,
to make
this is
him eat
not
the
done
roti again.
intentionally.
Why
If he had done it intentionally, he must regret.
It was done
How was it
intentionally.
not done?
It was done
How does
intentionally.
it
The moment
become-
he came to know the person,
How does it become national issue?
in charge of the catering department is a
Mr.
Muslim.
Rao, Mr.
He
Rao, it was
informed him that
come
I am
on, I
Muslim,
think
I am
you're-
fasting.
Mr.
How
Rao.
does it become a national
And he
outrage?
said that again you have to eat it.
For every
you
small
have to.
incident,
He said that.
you want
can see the
the
footage.
entire
You know,
cabinet
you
to
can
meet
see the
and
footage.
discuss and come out with a response.
Mr.
Come on, I think these are not issues.
Well,
that the government should be-
Mr. Narasimha Rao, just a minute.
Or Mr. Arnav.
No.
Mr. Arnav, before this incident,
I don't want to be.
the
The party will
sentiments
not
of the Muslim
respond.
community was hurt. This is clearly a rape of the Muslim community sentiments. You are forcing a Muslim person to break his fast before the actual timing.
Mr. Narasimha Rao, 1 minute. You cannot get away by saying why should we respond to everything
Yeah,
that
please
came
come.
out in the media. 1 minute.
Yes.
You tried to sneak in Muthalik into your party when the media exposed this, you backed off. Then there was a guy called Sabir Ali with a dubious background. You tried to sneak him into the party. Allow me to complete. When the media exposed it, you backed off. Right now, yes, till yesterday, Mr. Rao, to just bring the point home, your party picked up on an issue that came up in the media, the unfortunate rape of a 6-year-old girl in her school in Bangalore. When the media picked up the issue, then the BJP also got into it. So please do not say that this is just another story. It is another incident. No, 1 minute. Now let me speak. I've heard you. No, let me speak. I heard you now, Mr. Rao. Please, just a minute. Rajan Vichare on that tape, Mr. Rao. Mr. Rao, Rajan Vichare does not stop force feeding the man even after he clearly says, I am fasting. 1. 2, not once but twice, the member of parliament shoves food at Arshad after he says, I am fasting. Was he deaf to what Arshad was saying? 3, the man's name tag reads Arshad. Arshad Zubair is his full name. If the MPs are deaf to Arshad's pleas, were they also blind and deaf that they could not see or hear? What we are saying here, a member of parliament knowingly does this.
I think it is for the Shiv Sena to explain, but the whole thing has a background.
No, now you are passing the buck. You are there, your allies, no.
And communalizing
you can't say the BJP can't come in.
You are doing disservice.
Well, Milind Deora at this stage of the debate, Milind Deora, and by the way, it's an open debate right now. 1 second. Milind Deora, and 1 second.
We are not
please understand this. There are 2 angles in this.
It is the government which has to come clear on this issue.
Mr. Milind Deora, the BJP representative tonight. 1 second, Mr. Rao, please.
What should the government do on this?
You see, Mr. One second.
There is a complaint that has been made.
Mr. Rao, you know, I'll tell you one thing. If a bunch of hooligans, gundas, they behave like this, break the law, I'm told they broke a clock also out there, they threw things around. On top of it, they insult a member of the Muslim community because they say we are not getting the quality of food. Then I think it is not a small issue. It is not a small issue. If you think it's a small issue, it's very unfortunate. And Milind Deora, can the BJP get away today by saying, it is for the Shiv Sena to answer? Milind Deora responding to you. Milind Deora responding to you. I'm coming to you. I see Maulana Maqsood Ul Hasan Kazmi wanting to come into the debate, and Taslim Ahmad Rahmani as well. Milind Deora before that. Milind.
Yeah, firstly, Arnab, let me just say that I don't think we should get into a Hindu-Muslim communal versus secular debate right now. I think that should be established by a committee, and a committee which means a parliamentary ethics committee that should be established to ascertain this fact in an independent way. The unfortunate thing and the problem that I have as a former MP from South Mumbai is that one of the people who were the Shiv Sena MPs who led the assault is an MP who contested against me, and that's something which has shocked people of South Mumbai, because that's not something they expected from their MP to behave in a certain way. And my message to the spokesperson from BJP is that MPs from Mumbai, especially from their alliance partner, the Shiv Sena, who fought the election, they didn't fight the election telling people that vote for me because you're voting for Shiv Sena. They told people, if you voted for me, you're basically voting for Mr. Narendra Modi. So the BJP has to have some political responsibility in at least condemning this situation, at least responding to it, and if they want to actually set up an independent inquiry
on this
group of MPs who've taken the law into their own hands and who are practicing mob justice in New Delhi and taking it from Maharashtra to New Delhi, if we want an independent inquiry and a free and fair inquiry, the first thing that we want to hear is that the BJP is actually not defending these people or justifying their actions. And my message to Mr. Narasimha Rao would be that it's been 2 months since Mr. Narendra Modi has taken oath. He hasn't even completed 100 days of this government. If this is the message they want to send out for the next 5 years to lumpen elements and to people who believe that they can take the law into their own hands, it's extremely unfortunate.
Come on, a minor incident.
The minor incident is apologize, condemn the
How is this a minor incident?
Order a free and fair inquiry.
No, how is this
incident? What do you make out of it?
Make sure that within their first 100 days,
it is. I think.
Will not be tolerated.
No, 1 second. No, 1 second. How is it? No, 1 minute. 1 minute, Mr. Narasimha, I'm asking you tonight. You may go on to regret what you are saying today. You know, your party may actually pull you up for saying this today. Or rather should.
No.
You come on national television and you say a group of 11 MPs led by one big hooligan on top, go ahead, create a ruckus, insult a man, behave in that manner, which is all caught on tape. They should actually today be facing penal code sections. You prevent a public servant from doing his duty. 1 minute. You hurt religious sentiments. You perpetrate mischief by trying to damage public property. There is every reason to invoke Indian penal code sections against all these MPs. I think you are scared today.
Criminalize it.
Why are you not saying?
To your criminalization.
What is criminalization in this? What is criminalization?
This is
Did the man? Do you have the courage to say today, Mr. Rao, that it was unfortunate that the man said I am fasting, and after that also this member of parliament kept shoving the roti into his mouth? You want to lecture the media, Mr. Rao? I am asking you. I think it is communal to remain quiet tonight. I think it's communal to be quiet over this.
No, Arnab, please ask them.
Arnab, please ask them. But why raise the communal angle?
Why
raise the communal angle?
Why should we be quiet because it's a Shiv Sena MP? Maulana Masood Ul Hasan Kazmi, don't give me lectures on what the media should do. Maulana Masood Ul Hasan Kazmi, I don't believe in trying to bury things like you do. Maulana Masood Ul Hasan Kazmi, responding to you. Yes, Mr. Kazmi, go ahead. And now at 9:30, it's an open debate. Mr. Kazmi.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, you have very rightly put up this issue. The way in which Shiv Sena MPs are behaving like cattle in Maharashtra Sadan, and the person loudly saying that, sir, I am fasting, mera Roza hai. So why they did not stop themselves immediately, and why this Shiv Sena's MP Vichare immediately why did he not apologize for him? If he had apologized, the matter would immediately have vanished, and nothing would happen. But when the elections, Maharashtra elections are coming near, such things has started happening. They did in Pune. Mohsin Sheikh was killed because of his beard, because of his Muslim satire. And this very, very unfortunate, when this the Achhe Dins are coming. Where are Achhe Din? Are these Achhe Din of Narendra Modi? And where is Narendra Modi ji? Where is Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Why is not making any statement on Pune issue, on this issue? Communal, Parveen Togadia and Ashok Singhal makes communal and hatredful statement against Muslim, against minority community. Why this BJP run for cover?
That's a valid question. Taslim Ahmad Rahmani.
When Arnab Goswami, let 1 minute. When Arnab Goswami puts Akbaruddin Awaissi's communal statement and put this issue on Newshour, they clap. They can commend Arnab Goswami clapping for them. When Arnab Goswami puts stands like this issue, this is a communal issue. It immediately becomes communal issue. So this is double standard.
Mr. Narasimha Rao,
of Bharatiya Janata Party,
Mr. Narasimha Rao, as is very clear to you tonight at this stage, and I see your hand go up, Anandrao Adsul, I am coming to you. I just want to tell you one thing. Do not think today that you can get away by saying, why are you picking up this issue? Then somebody will turn around to you and say, why were you picking up the issue when Asaduddin Owaissi's brother made Akbaruddin Owaisi made communal statements? Did you not say at that point of time that all kinds of provisions of the penal code should be used against him? And a valid question at this stage of the debate comes up. I want to go to Taslim Ahmad Rahmani and also Anandrao Adsul at this stage. Anandrao Adsul, the question that is being put, जो सवाल पूछा जा रहा है, वो ये है that did Vichare say sorry when Arshad said that he is fasting and cannot eat? A member of parliament should realize what a terrible thing he's done. Did he go to the boy and say, I'm really sorry? No. He tried to put it in his mouth once or twice again. It is all on tape. No, 1 minute, Mr. Adsul. Did he say sorry when he found out that he force-fed a Muslim, that he was trying to force-feed a Muslim during Ramzan?
How can he force-feed anyone? How can he force-feed anyone? Valid point.
May I talk on it? Suppose this incident has taken place before 8 days. After 8 days, this media is taking this issue. Means media has no any other issues there. media is giving the communal color to this issue unnecessarily, because Vichare specifically told.
Who is?
I was not knowing that.
Who is we?
I was not knowing that boy is from the
Who is
Muslim
we?
community.
You, the BJP
And
together.
It has happened. I apologize for that if it has happened unknowingly.
How is it unknowingly, first of all? The whole matter is there. I am asking you, Mr. Arshad, I have asked you only a simple question today, and you must answer and stop trying to lecture the media. I am asking you, is the MP deaf, that he did not hear what the man was saying? Is the MP blind, that he did not see the name tag? Can you prove to me that Vichare is either, if you prove to me that your member of parliament is blind and deaf, then you have an argument.
Whenever we are there with the mob, nobody knows the name plate, nobody knows his name, nobody knows he is the caste.
No, wonderful. For the first time on national television, I am very glad. One second, Mr. Arshad. Mr. Glad, I am very glad today that you have accepted. No, 1 minute. Mr. Arshad, you have agreed that you are a mobster. Mr. Arshad, you just said today something that reveals a lot. You reveals a lot, You revealed a lot, Mr. Arshad. You said
He has specifically told in front of me
Mr.
that
Arshad,
I was not doing that.
Mr. Arshad, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही है? आपको आज you should, Mr. Arshad, एक मिनट जरा एक मिनट सुन लीजिए, एक मिनट सुन लीजिए Arshad जी. Mr. Arshad,
but unnecessary.
Shouting.
You are raising the issue, giving the color.
Mr. Arshad, today, Mr. Arshad, एक मिनट.
Every media.
Mr. Arshad, just keep quiet for a minute.
Unnecessary.
एक मिनट, Mr.
I will ask you one question. This incident has taken place in last week. Why this issue has been taken
okay, no, 1 minute. No, one second. Now, you keep, if you keep quiet, I'll respond to you. If you keep quiet, if you don't want to keep quiet, I can't respond. So keep quiet for a minute. While I'll just.
If incidents had taken place
keep
in last
quiet,
week,
Mr. Arshad.
Then why it is today?
Mr. Arshad, two things, right? First point is, I would like to, and listen to me, okay? I would like to congratulate you for admitting on national television, and I want to say this, that you are the first member of parliament in the history of independent India who has admitted that he is a mobster. You just said on TV, when you're in a mob, you don't see any nameplates or anything like that. In other words, you agree that you were leading a mob. Now, I'll tell you, Mr. Arshad, go back and see the dictionary definition of a mob. We need members of parliament, not mob leaders. And I think everyone will be ashamed at people like you who feel so proud in saying that they are part of a mob. You should be embarrassed about it, but clearly you are not. You are beyond shame, Mr. Arshad. Dr. Taslim Ahmed Rahmani, my question is, Mr. Taslim Ahmed Rahmani is coming back to that. Mr. Taslim Ahmed Rahmani, can the BJP today look away on this?
My colleagues of the Samajwadi
Mr. Arshad, now others are in this debate, please. Taslim Ahmed Rahmani, please.
For the MPs, Parliament is paying
Sir, you are
12,000 rupees.
Sir, on air tonight, I have the first mob leader MP.
Very clear opinion about it.
My Parliament is paying
I don't, Mr. Arshad, I don't think anyone in India cares about your food. No, 1 second. I don't think anybody in India cares about your food. If your problem is you have a problem with your food, you can't go around behaving like a gunda because you're not getting the kind of food that you want, and on top of it make these kind of statements. Taslim Ahmed Rahmani, Mr. Rahmani, what do you think of this? Mr. Rahmani on air.
I said the BJP must have come out.
Why should not I?
Mr. Atul, 1 minute, Mr. Atul. Now let me speak. I was sitting silent for such a long time.
Unfortunately,
I said the BJP must have come out very openly and very clearly what unfortunate things has happened over there. And not only BJP, but the entire NDA must have come out. Most of the NDA constituents are silent on the issue. But still, I am very happy and I am satisfied that we are living in a democratic, secular country wherein the Parliament of India has taken up the issue
and made the people, made the responsible people at least to regret inside the house, inside the parliament. This gave me the strength to be an Indian Muslim. Whatever the Shiv Sena MPs has done, you know very well, this is their history, that they sometimes they did a very right job, but in a very, very wrong manner, very, very criminal manner. And the presentation afterwards is another wrong manner it is being presented. I am very unhappy that it is being presented as a communal and religious kind of a thing. It must not be. I am sure, as you said, that this is a mob tendency. The Shiv Sena, whether they are MPs or they are workers, they do the things like a mob, always. Forgetting the law and order and the constitution.
This is the most senseless argument, Mr. Emani. Mr. Emani, this is... I'm sorry, Mr. Emani, just a minute.
I'm sure if there would not be Arshad and there is some Hindu, they will do the same thing. They will do the same thing if there would not be a Muslim boy.
Mr. Emani, the argument doesn't hold, because what you're saying, if there's a Hindu fundamentalist, there'll be a Muslim fundamentalist. If there's a Muslim fundamentalist, there'll be a Hindu fundamentalist. Point number one. Secondly, your entire argument is...
No, I'm not saying that. No, not at all. No, I'm not saying this.
Secondly, you're saying, Mr. Emani, you're saying these things happen when a mob happens. I mean, we need members of parliament or mobsters. And how can you say there is no religious angle to this? The man is saying I'm fasting.
Both the things are wrong.
The man is saying I'm fasting. He's repeatedly saying I'm fasting. And after that, a member of parliament is shoving food into his mouth.
Shiv Sena. That this is the tendency of Shiv Sena people that they do
so
it.
It should not be questioned.
This is the tendency of Shiv Sena party that they do it this way.
No, but...
I said this was... No, you see the IRCTC has gone free. They are going... This was the real issue. And the real issue has been hidden under this carpet of religious and communalization of the issue.
I just want to tell you...
You are not questioning the biggest...
I'd like to go to Mr. Bukhari. I think he has a point to make. Mr. Bukhari, please. Mr. Bukhari, please. Mr. Bukhari is responding to you. You are trying to play it down. I don't know why. I think, it's a very false argument to say, let's question the media. I can equally...
No, I'm not playing down.
One second.
I'm not playing down. I'm not playing down. I'm holding the Shiv Sena responsible. I'm holding them responsible.
You are holding
but this is not the way.
But what you're trying to say is you're holding the Shiv Sena responsible. You're saying they behave like a mob. And you're also being a little bit, if you don't mind my saying so, being a little bit of an apologist for the BJP tonight and for their silence. You're trying to justify it by passing on the blame to the media.
No,
Mr. Bukhari is responding to you. Mr. Bukhari.
I said the BJP must
Mr. Bukhari. Mr. Bukhari, please.
Viewpoint.
Mr. Bukhari,
please. has to come out with a very clear-cut viewpoint.
Yeah, it was...
Mr. Bukhari, please.
I'm not getting anything clear. Yeah, Mr. Uddhav. Yeah.
No, you heard the argument there.
First of all, I must... Yeah. I'm coming to that. First of all, last time my audio was lost, that I must congratulate Times Now and you to take up this issue. The issue arises when a person was, complaining, as a member of parliament, complaining the way he was complaining. Let's suppose the person was not Mr. Arshad. He was Amit or Sareen. The behavior was okay, justified or not. Secondly, the moment he came to know that he said that I am fasting, he forced himself again to force himself again on Mr. Arshad to eat that roti. So that where the issue arises, that the moment he came to know he is a Muslim, he is in fasting, he forced again to complete the act, to eat the roti. So this is the way the member of parliaments should behaving in this country. And we, from the beginning, before the elections, after the elections, and during the elections, we were saying that these communal forces, Mr. Arnav, we were saying the communal forces coming into the power. These type of issues will arise to time, and if he has done it intentionally, this is a rape of the sentiments of the Muslims.
This has happened intentionally when it happened the second time.
Tariq Saab, this is nothing new. Tariq Saab, this is nothing new. Even in the Congress era, the same thing were happening in the Congress era and the BJP era. There is no difference between Congress and BJP. In both times, this is happening.
These are the Shiv Sena MPs just for the sake of their stomach, they are behaving with a laborer person. Is it an issue between the elite class MP and laborers? For the sake of their stomach, they are behaving like cattle. Why don't they see? Why don't they see in their constituency where people are dying by starvation? Where people are dying by starvation, and these MP don't bother to go to their home. Just they are legislators, and Indian people have sent them to the parliament
Mr. Rao,
for the making,
Mr. Rao, the only
filling up their own stomach.
Mr. Rao,
it
appears to me today that the only BJP leader who had the courage to speak on this is the person who you have effectively dumped, called Lal Krishna Advani. Now my question to you, Mr. Rao, is, Mr. Rao, this was supposed to be a Majboot Sarkar. 1 minute, zara sun lijiye, please. You promised a strong government. Mr. Rao, 1 second. Please let me complete. Mr. Rao, you promised a strong government, right? A government that would act. And I'd like to remind you that Narendra Modi had said before he became PM कि मुसलमान टोपी की इज्जत को, इसकी चिंता सरकार को जरूर करनी चाहिए.
Again, you are bringing the religious angle into this.
Now, because a member of parliament has heard the religious sentiments knowingly of a member of the Muslim community, and that also before everyone, and because he did not get the right kind of food. So, Mr. Narasimha Rao, please, Mr. Narasimha Rao, you may be in power, you are not beyond question. What do you think you are? You are in power, but you are not beyond question. My question to you is,
at least you should condemn.
My question is, at least you should have the courage to say that the Shiv Sena MP should be thrown out of parliament. You should have the courage to say that Uddhav Thackeray should take action against this member of parliament. You know, this is a...
I think the entire media has fallen for a story which Congress party government Maharashtra...
Mr. This is not... What do you mean fallen for a story? This is a test case for the BJP. This is a... Did this incident happen or not happen? No, 1 second. What do you mean fallen for a story, Mr. Narasimha Rao? Mr. Narasimha Rao, how can you say, how dare you talk like that? It is the party which is leading the government. I am asking you, you have, 1 second. Mr. Narasimha Rao, please be clear on this. Mr. Narasimha Rao, I would like to remind you today. 1 second. This has become a bad habit of political parties when they come to power, that they think that they can browbeat the media. Now, let me tell you this. I want to remind you that what have you been doing for the last 3 years? You have been applauding every single scam and expose and reporting and questioning which has happened by times now. Why were you applauding us when we questioned Akbaruddin Owaisi? You were standing here and applauding us. Today I am telling you.
Wrong. Today
why were you applauding us for the CWG scam? Today you say, did you say at that point of time? Did you say at that? What kind of argument is this? Mr. Rao, you are exposing yourself. Milind Deora is responding to you. Milind Deora is responding to Mr. Milind Deora.
You are faking outrage.
Milind Deora is responding to you, sir. 1 minute,
all I would like to say is
Mr. Rao, hold your argument.
I think it's a futile
you are on very thin
exercise
ice.
to expect an apology from Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena is brazen, but the panelists before me said it very correctly that it's not a Hindu-Muslim issue. It's really an issue of MPs bringing in mobocracy rather than democracy, and that is something where we have to hold accountability. And the biggest problem that I really have is for the BJP to say we're not going to comment or refusing to condemn this incident, because they haven't even completed 100 days in office. Is this the message they want to give to the people who take the law into their own hands? They could be from Hindu community, they could be from Muslim community, they could be parties like Shiv Sena, they could be MNS tomorrow. Is this the message Mr. Modi and the BJP really wants to give out to India and to parties and fringe elements like this? That's a serious concern that people of India should have. As the next 5 years going to be full of mobocracy.
That's your concern. The people of India are quite happy. These are
Mr. Narasimha, I want you to repeat that. Are you saying, Mr. Narasimha, I want you to repeat that. 1 second. Are you saying? So, Mr. 1 second.
Not that the people of India are happy.
Are you saying? No, 1 second. No. 1 minute. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. 1 minute. Mr. Rao, are you saying now? Are you saying the people of India should be very happy that a bunch of rowdy hooligan MPs behave like this, abuse their authority? 1 minute, please. Abuse their authority, you know, throw their weight around, behave like a mob and admit on national television that they are mob, that they have incontrovertible evidence that they actually insult a government employee in the most reprehensible manner, insult his religion, that too when he's observing a fast, and you are saying today that the people of India should be happy with that. I would have thought that you should actually be very worried that, you know, people of India are not so foolish. People of India will be saying today to you, Mr. Narasimha Rao, people of India, you know, they are not so foolish. They will say, we voted this government for Achhe Din. You are the party leading the government.
Central government does not manage Maharashtra Sadan. Maharashtra Sadan.
Does that mean that your lips are sealed, that you can't comment on it, that your minority affairs minister cannot make a comment on it? Why was Najma Heptullah running around today all day from the cameras?
No,
why was she quiet?
Shiv Sena is an ally of BJP. They want the oldest
every issue.
BJP.
Let me ask Mr. Arnav,
okay.
Mr. Narasimha Rao one question.
Mr. Kazmi to Narasimha Rao.
Narasimha Rao, from the Muzaffarnagar experience, Sangh Parivar has realized that this is the very easiest way to grab power by polarizing the situation.
No, come on, please.
Whenever the election in any state comes,
completely mistaken.
You and your Sangh Parivar, all your Parivar, start making polarization. So it will benefit you a lot. But you endangering the country. You are putting this country to an endanger. For the sake of God, please, please leave this. It will not help you. It will not serve any one point for the country.
Please direct that message to the Congress party. It is the Congress party which is indulging in this
country.
It is Maharashtra government which has given these leaks.
Okay, so 1 second. I have one question for you, Mr. Rao. Can you listen to me? Mr. Rao, my question to you is this, please, Mr. Rao. No, 1 minute. Mr. Rao, hear me, please. Hear me, please, Mr. Rao. I have a question for you, Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao. Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, I have a question for you, sir.
Why did he give the message?
My question to you is, Mr. Narasimha Rao, I am asking you today that you are saying today that the Maharashtra government should act. In other words, you are saying Maharashtra government has the power and the Maharashtra government should act. In other words, I am to understand that if you had the 1 second, let me complete. What you are saying, if you had the power, you would act. But it's the Maharashtra government's jurisdiction, they should act. That's what you are saying, right?
No. I'm not saying all
then
the
what are you
saying?
Happened
in Maharashtra Sadan. No, please have the patience to understand.
That's nonsense.
The Maharashtra
Mr. Narasimha, that's complete nonsense.
They are the ones who have given the media leaks.
That's nonsense of a very high order.
One side of the story.
No, Mr. Narasimha Rao, that is not.
They have to explain.
Mr. Narasimha Rao, 1 minute. Mr. Narasimha Rao, you are in Delhi today. No, 1 second. 1 second. You are in Delhi in your house today. Okay. Suppose you commit a crime. Will you say it happened in my house? So I will decide. Where is your house? In Delhi, right? 1 minute. Your house is in Delhi. Where is Maharashtra Sadan? Maharashtra Sadan is in Delhi. So therefore, law and order vis-a-vis Delhi is in the hands of the state central government. You have failed on both words. You have failed in words and you have failed in action. You have failed.
There was a complaint.
Did this happen in Delhi or not?
You better consult a lawyer.
Consult a lawyer. You came to power saying you will be a strong government. You are looking so weak today. 1 second. You consult a lawyer. Milind, you are responding to you. We have 5 minutes left on the debate. Milind, you want to say something to you here. 1 second. You can't say consult a lawyer. I mean, you are handling. What kind of argument is this?
Several debates. I had some respect for him as a sane voice in his party. The least I would expect is for him to condemn it in his personal capacity, if not as a BJP spokesperson. Because I really believe the people of India, people of South Mumbai in particular, because they've never seen the MP behaving in such a way, are deeply concerned about the fact that will we encourage such nonsense for the next 5 years, or will the Narendra Modi government and the BJP-led government in less than 100 days of office send out a strong message to
what is the problem? You're scared of the RSS?
That's something, Mr. Narasimha Rao, people have expectations from you, and we hope you'll fulfill those, at least in your personal capacity.
If there is, Mr. Rao,
Mr. Rao, the house properly, first of all.
Mr. Rao, you see,
don't come up.
Mr. Rao, your reaction in a way, Mr. Rao, I'm just speaking to you, Mr. Rao. In a way, Mr. Rao, just a minute, please. Just a minute, please. And I'll say this to you openly, and I'm saying this to your national television. You won't like it, I'll tell you. Remember, you promised Achhe Din. Now, what is happening today, and you are saying when this incident happens, you are saying go consult a lawyer. Did you say when you were fighting the elections that if a group of MPs behaves like hooligans and if they do this and they break the law and they insult and beat up a government official and they also insult his religion, then हमारी सरकार के टाइम पे अच्छे दिन ऐसे होंगे कि हम बोलेंगे लोगों को कि आप जरा जाके लॉयर को पूछ लीजिए और हम सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से कुछ नहीं करेंगे. Sir, I'm telling you, if you are scared of the RSS, please say on national television, हम नागपुर से डरते हैं.
Why should?
We are scared of the RSS. हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं. Nagpur is more powerful than Delhi. Why don't you say that today?
You are trying to.
Why don't you say that? Then otherwise have the courage to act. Bring the Indian Penal Code against these MPs. Bring the Indian Penal Code against these MPs.
When you
bring the Penal Code against these MPs.
When you lose an argument, you're trying to make up something.
No, you see what has happened is, you know, Mr. Rao, you must understand, you are known by the company that you keep. You are also known, you are, and don't call my allegations cheap. I am raising questions. Nothing is cheap. It is the truth. You may find it uncomfortable, hence you may try to respond by calling it cheap. People are watching you tonight. In a way, your reaction is not surprising because your responses have been cautious to the extreme when the Shiv Sena has engaged in appalling, abominable and disgraceful behavior. People will judge you when they by how you treat people who are close to you.
Communalizing it.
What communalizing it? You want to see those pictures there? Prove to me that this does not happen. Prove to me. Were we communalizing it when we were questioning Akbaruddin Owaisi? Was that communal?
Everybody is missing a point. Please let me.
Yeah, who's coming in?
I can tell you.
Mr. Jaitley, what's communalizing? When we question Akbaruddin Owaisi, we are communalizing it. When we question the Indian Union Muslim League, we are communalizing it. Don't teach us what is secular and what is communal, Mr. Rao. Mr. Jaitley.
No, but
Mr. Jaitley.
Let me tell you. You see, everybody on the panel is missing one point. Please listen to me. When everybody is talking, I was listening to everybody very silently. Everybody on the panel is missing one point. This member of parliament who was misbehaving with this man of the IRCTC, this member of parliament, I have the menu of the Maharashtra Sadan right in front of me. It says that these member of parliaments are getting subsidized food at the cost of 100 rupees a thali. And 150 rupees a thali. 150 rupees a thali, you get unlimited food. I have the Maharashtra Sadan menu right in front of me. What was this member of parliament expecting from this man in whose mouth he is forcibly putting this chapati to get out of 150 rupees in New Delhi? Give me an answer. The BJP, the Shiv Sena, both have to answer this question. And the Samajwadi Party demand from them. They are only paying 150 and 100 rupees per meal, and they are misbehaving with this staff.
I'll tell you, Mr. Jaitley, there are a lot of hungry people in this country, and I can assure you the members of parliament are not going there hungry. One second. Mr. Rao must understand. You must understand the people of this country. Mr. Jaitley, I'll end by saying just one thing. This party, both the BJP, Shiv Sena, everybody says that our leaders have come from very humble origins. 1 minute. You keep saying that our leaders have come from very humble origins. Tonight, just think. Forget even the religious angle. But remember, you have treated a hard-working, blue-collar worker in a despicable, feudal and medieval manner. You take the aspect of insult to the religion away. But nobody voted these MPs or this government, nobody voted these MPs for behaving like gundas, and nobody voted for this government for allowing gundas to go unpunished. That must be said to you today, Mr. Rao. You can go back and reconsider it. Thank you for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.